So here's where the wire comes into the basement. You see the black coax that goes up to the satellite receiver. And then the underground wire comes in. Keep in mind this is an old basement. This is actually the good side. And it goes up. I put a junction box up here. And then I shift it over to regular indoor Romex. I got it going up here through the rafters. And here's my battery box. Of course, the lighting's not very good. Let's see what we can do with that. Now I started with a regular, just an old box I bought at Farm and Fleet, or a brand new box rather. So I installed this power strip, not a surge compressor or suppressor, but a power strip. I installed the voltmeter, bought that separate on Amazon. This came with it, so I had to bolt it, screw it to the box, run the holes in there. And that meter there, that tells you when or how much electricity is being produced. I'm pretty impressed in the fact that you can see it moving a little bit, but when I first put it up for the first 3 days it didn't move at all, so I didn't know if it worked, but I can tell it's working now. And plus my voltage, it's at 12.7 now, but after the weekend, when I first come down here this morning, it was up to 13, so it is producing electricity. And I installed this cigarette lighter power outlet, commonly called cigarette lighter from the old days. Everyone has their cell phones want to charge stuff. Only an emergency, otherwise why would you charge something in the basement? So here's my 2 deep cycle batteries. Didn't have to go with 2, but I opted for 2. And rather than connect a bunch of stuff to the posts here and here, I connected them together. So now these are live bus bars. Not a big deal because it's 12 volt DC. But you can see I got between the voltmeter, cigarette lighter, the connections for the power strip, and then just all the other connections just on the negative bar. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 things, and about 6 or something. So it wouldn't be long where these things would be all garbled up and wouldn't look very good. So I did the bus bars. So anyway, the Romex comes in through the back. I drilled a hole. Comes in down through there. And the reason this here is the output wire. And you'll see 2 different wires there. The black is the switching portion, and the lamp cord is the actual what's powering the lights. And I brought them in back here. So we're done in there. And this is kind of working backwards. I'm going to start from the box, but it's just, I said, this is the lamp cord. I'm not very good with this camera. And this is the switching cord, and I just have it go on up. And then once it gets into the rafters, it gets a lot sloppier. So over here is one of my lights. Everything's 12 volt. And then it's spliced in there. So out of the lights here in the basement, the only one that isn't spliced in is the very first one. I'll show you that up at the top of the ladder, the stairs rather. The rest of them are spliced in, and the only reason that one isn't spliced in is because it's the beginning of the run. And so we'll just go through and look at a couple of these from a distance. Now that is supposed to be equal to 100 watts. I don't believe it is. And I'm going to be mounting some more lights up here because this is where Bill sharpens his chainsaws. And ordinarily in this room, that 110 light would come on, but I'm trying to get away from that. So just more lights and more splices. Now the switching circuit that I ran it up to a switch, just an old switch I had, I think out in my garage. I just took it off the wall because it was used from before. Just an old toggle switch. I didn't see anything go out because I was looking upstairs. And I control all the lights in the basement with this one switch. And that's about it.